not have to download everything. Ah,
That's funny.
what's that?
It's a clip of Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors watching the interviewer walk away. Oh, there it is. Come on, clip. There you go.
I had to look at the ass. Did
Mhm.
I said, hey, let me see what you got.
Is Jonathan Majors married?
I don't know.
I know they've been going around talking about Michael B. Jordan, not wanting to talk to L'Oreal during an interview because
Who
she's
is
a t-
L'Oreal? Oh, the
she
girl that
she used to be on Lip Service with Angela Yee, but apparently she's a radio DJ now.
she went to high school with him, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm sleepy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I am wide up. I am wired right now. This thing here. I've been up since 5, and it's becoming normal to me now.
I feel like I never went to sleep last night.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Like
I'm
I feel
sorry.
like every time I fell asleep, I slept for like 30 minutes
I'm
and was
sorry.
right back up.
I feel like um I don't remember closing my eyes.
It happened so fast.
It does happen fast. Good morning.
Good morning, Linda.
Like I feel it about 8:30. I'd be like, man, here it go. I be trying to like, and it's worse when I haven't eaten. You know, if I don't eat by a certain time, I'll be like either sleep or go eat something for dinner. And I'll be like, man, I just want to go to bed, or just trying
Good
to.
morning, Sharon.
Where you see Sharon at? Oh, good
It
morning,
pops
Sharon.
up here
Let's
first.
now the coffee break can begin. I'd be looking for Sharon every Saturday morning. Thank you, Sharon, for coming. I appreciate
You
it.
was like, "Where is Sharon?"
Where is Sharon at?
I'm like, I see her on this screen. She ain't popped up on that screen yet.
No, but it's
It's weird to watch us in inverse.
what you mean? Uh,
I'm looking at us here in inverse.
mm.
She said, "You're welcome. I love you guys."
Oh, we love you too, man. Um, but yeah, man, just trying to get some sleep. Like it's weird because waking up at 5 a.m. is not hard. Now the hard part is when I wake up at like 4:46, and I'll be like, man, I
I
got 14
feel,
minutes.
I feel like what's her name? Maxine. I'm reclaiming my time.
That's exactly what it is. I am reclaiming my time.
Good
Um,
morning, Deidre from around the corner.
Deidre from around the corner.
You'll see why I say
Look,
from
man,
around the
she
corner.
this ain't fair. She getting the stuff before I do. God.
You see why I say from around the corner?
Yeah, this is weird. I'm gonna be trying to look down there and look
Okay,
at the.
I'll stop looking at this
Yeah,
screen.
you gotta wait till you. I want to say good morning, Buenos dias. Um, Kiki Palmer said something that I just randomly saw.
The gag is.
No, 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 no. She was talking about she was talking about motherhood and
Hmm.
or parenthood at that
Yeah,
and
because
how
she is strong like 5 days in now.
yeah, and she was talking like how hard it has been for those 5 days, and she commend women that are single parents.
Hmm.
Um, and I took it two ways. I was like, I understand what you're saying because
Hmm.
it's hard, and imagine if you had to do it by yourself,
Hmm.
even harder, right?
I remember being in a mom group, which I'm still in that mom group. And this lady she's a single mom, apparently the newest, child's father is not in her life
Mm-hmm.
at all. And she was trying to figure out, she had just moved to Georgia. It's a Georgia moms group or Metro Atlanta moms group. And she had just moved here and she was saying that she needed somebody to help her because she don't have anywhere for her two or three other kids to go
Mm-hmm.
while she's in labor. She was like, I don't know anybody here. I don't have family here because you spontaneously give birth. I can't be like, okay, my mama gonna be here from this day to this
Right,
day.
right.
What we gonna do? Like, I think about us, we barely got Lily out of
Yeah,
Georgia.
yeah.
Like, it was not even 48 full hours. I don't even know if it was 36 full hours. No, it wasn't. Because
Mm-mm.
Lily left at like, their flight left at like 11 p.m. Thursday night.
Yeah,
And I gave birth before 11 a.m. Saturday morning.
yeah.
So we didn't have enough time to do much of anything.
Right, right.
It was just fast. But go ahead and finish what you were saying
No,
about
I
your
was
sister.
waiting on you to finish your story about this lady. So did she
Oh,
find you?
I don't, I
Look, you
forgot.
gonna talk so much. You,
I forgot where I was going. I'm sleeping. Um, so she ended up meeting a lady probably about 3 weeks before she gave birth.
yeah,
And I guess she felt cool enough with her in those 3 weeks to take her kids. And the lady kept her kids for 2 days.
that's that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
People. It's just interesting that you don't think of how hard the small things can be.
Mm-hmm.
Like I try my best to not get like this morning. You was like, "Hey, can you take him with you to, I ain't finna do nothing but like get my mind together for the day. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm waking up at 5 a.m. on a Saturday morning. I'm not doing anything, right? Just
Mm-hmm.
going down there. I'm not gonna work out right now. I'm not gonna, I may meditate or pray or something like that. Watch TV or something, but it's not anything I'm doing that needs my like undivided attention. And so um when you said, "Hey, can you take him?" My initial thing was no, right? My initial answer in my head was no, he should be asleep and I shouldn't have to take, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. But then I'm like,
However, he was looking
wait,
at you.
wait, wait, let me finish. Let me finish. But it's like when you sit there, you think you're like, okay, let me get him. Because my thing was he's gonna fall asleep and I have to bring him back up here. Because I was gonna be like, well, I'll get back in the bed, let him get him to go back to sleep, and then I'll get out the bed and do what I was gonna do. But I went on ahead and got him and brought him downstairs, and it's like that time for me and him, was kind of cool because I'm like, you go to sleep, but you'll have to go to sleep by now. And I'm like, if you know what I'm saying, you either gonna stay up or you're gonna go to sleep. But I'm leaving at like 6:30 to go do something. So you decide. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was looking at it. But man, me and him kicked it. He crawled around for a little minute, then he snuggled up and went right to sleep.
And usually with me, that's not how it
Right,
goes.
right, right. And it's like based off of that part, me understanding that part, it's like, man, I get it why it's harder or people don't see those intangibles of when you say parenting is hard or especially like I would never understand being a mom but I understand being a dad
Mhm.
you know
Good
and,
morning, Alicia, by the way. I'm sorry you're not popping up on this screen and I was trying to wait.
uh,
But
I appreciate that,
it's been
man.
like 4 minutes.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, wow, I don't see the hearts up there.
Anywho,
But just understanding the aspect of being a dad, and I think about all the single dads out there, like how hard that has to be because we don't know how to mom, and for me, that's a thing. Momming is a thing, and dadding is a thing, and so it's like just being there for each other because with us, it's things that we forget or neglect because of the kids when it comes to our relationship. And you can't do that. You
Mm.
gotta have that village. So that's what made me think about all those things with Kiki. I wanted to burp at the same time that I was talking, so I tried to hold it in. But that's what made me think about all those things when it came to what she was saying
Mm-hmm.
on that post. And she was like, it's bringing me to tears to think about it. I was like, well, it ain't bringing me to tears, but it definitely gave me something to think about. You know, as far as like being thinking about the other person.
New parenthood is hard in general because you don't know this person.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because like I remember making a post on Facebook about Quad when he was like maybe 6 weeks old.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, that's your baby. I was like, we don't know each other.
Mhm.
Like we're still in the getting to know each other phase.
Yeah.
If you told somebody that you was dating somebody for 6 weeks, they would be like, you don't know him. Why y'all think I know this baby?
Yeah.
We are still getting to know each other.
Yeah.
I'm learning his routine and he's learning me.
Mm-hmm.
He knows me a little bit better than I know him because he like trained his sleep cycle off of me and
Yeah.
all that stuff. But man, just sitting up and gazing into his eyes at 3 o'clock in the morning, you be like, hey,
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
go to sleep. Especially this week. This week has been exceptionally
Yeah.
rough for him.
I think he's finna get his teeth.
I don't know. I don't know if it's teething. I don't know if it's a growth spurt. I don't know what it is, but I know that I'm tired of looking at him every 90
Man,
minutes.
that has to be like I just thought about like your teeth. And for a baby, that has to be like the weirdest thing. What are these things that's growing in my mouth that I don't know what a mouth is, but it's growing right here and I can feel it trying to poke
And
through.
somebody just let me chew on something. Please let me chew on
They itch
something.
and I don't know how to scratch it. The inside itches.
He just been going through it this week. I do hope that we get some teeth on the other side of this.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's not just a regular growth
yeah.
spurt.
Man. So what we talking about today? Oh,
You got a list.
I do have a list. What you want to start with?
It don't matter. You pick some.
Let me see. Let me check my. Oh, Chris Rock. Do y'all think Chris Rock is funny?
I don't. I've not looked at anything that Chris Rock is in and been like, this is gonna be funny.
I like acting.
Look, I'm about to go through what he's acted in that I'm like, yep, I'll watch that again.
Acting.
Give me a moment. You keep talking.
No, like he got a couple movies that's enjoyable where he wasn't trying to be funny. Like I think I Love My Wife was a good one that I
That one wasn't funny to me.
it wasn't
It
funny,
was
but
an
it was
easy watch, but it
yeah, I
wasn't
think
funny
it
to
was a
me.
good movie, you know. But
Oh,
oh
now Alicia's
yeah,
pops up. That's
but
strange.
that is weird. But I think he's like on I'm gonna get you how to I mean is it called I'm gonna get you sucker? I just looked that up because I watched Marlon Wayans stand up special on HBO Max, and his whole special was about how Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the at the Oscars and how it was his fault.
Mm-hmm.
So great storyteller, by the way. Um, so I started looking at. He brought up Chris Rock was in "I'm Gonna Get You Sucker" as the real man, real
The
RIB.
real joint customer. I'm
Yeah,
looking at the.
right. He said, "How much for some ribs?"
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "No, one." Like that was funny. Or he played his one of his most iconic roles, which Marlon Wayans was like, "This is what he's known for." Is when he played Pookie on New Jack City. And Pookie was a crackhead,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Um, and so like those roles were good. but his stand-ups aren't funny. Chris Rock is a great storyteller as well. I think he tells immaculate stories, but for me, they're not funny. Like I don't.
I'm going through. I've made it through all of the movies, and now I'm in television episodes. And I'm like, yep, I remember that. Didn't laugh.
What TV shows?
He was on Martin. He
I
was
remember him on
on
Martin.
Fresh Prince.
Don't remember him on Fresh
Of
Prince.
course, he was SNL.
Yeah.
He did some episodes of In Living Color. Good
Good
morning,
morning.
Jackie.
That's family right there. But I don't remember him on a bunch of TV shows. It's only a handful of
Okay, the
movies.
best thing he did was Everybody Hates Chris, and he
But he
wasn't
wasn't on
technically
it.
in it.
He
He was
wasn't
the
on it.
narration.
Yeah. He played he had some voiceovers,
Mhm.
and the voiceovers were good. I can't remember
He was the narrator slash Mr. Abbott.
who was Mr. Abbott.
That was his.
Oh, on Everybody Hates You.
Uh-huh.
I didn't watch that show that much.
But honestly, Tashina and what's his name?
Terry Crews.
Yeah, they were the
They're the show.
funny ones on the
Yeah.
show.
They're the show. But yeah, so he got a stand up.
Look, I'm still scrolling, and I'm like, yep,
It ain't
no,
hitting me. It
yeah,
ain't hitting me.
don't have it.
But
Oh, I
so
didn't know he EP'd the Hughleys.
no, I didn't know that either.
Interesting.
But I just don't think he's funny. But he has a new stand up coming out tonight on Netflix. Like Netflix is really changing. They're getting bougie.
I'm upset that Netflix keeps raising the costs, and I don't have anything that I want to watch on Netflix.
I've watched Netflix.
I know.
Like I finished the game.
You watch everything in English.
Look, and then I'm going back to play it on a different difficulty. Play it on. I'm gonna go back and play it on easy so I can get all the hidden stuff. But no, so Chris Rock got this special on Netflix coming out tonight that I want to check out because this is the first time he's addressing the slap. And I'm just curious to what can he say because I feel I'm pulled two ways with that slap, right?
Mm-hmm.
My natural way would be you're not gonna slap me and I don't retaliate somehow,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'm either like my mama told me not to start the fight, but she said finish it
Mm-hmm.
by any means. And because I'm 5'6", I always feel like I'm at a disadvantage. So I'm gonna make the fight
What
fair.
if the person is 5'6"?
I feel like I'm at a disadvantage.
Even if they're the same height as
Yeah.
you?
I shouldn't my height says I shouldn't be fighting people.
You are absolutely correct.
My height said that I shouldn't be fighting people. But I'm curious to see what he has to say because it's like the second part of that is you did the correct thing by not retaliating
Mm-hmm.
on stage. Now you should have did something off stage. Like I feel like there should have been a conversation between Will and Chris Rock by now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they've talked or whatever, but I'm curious to see what if one, I don't think it's gonna be funny to stand up. Two, I'm curious to see
History
what
has
he's gonna
proven
say.
that it hasn't been funny.
Like he has, like it's like he has that. No Sex in the Champagne Room was a solid song to me, right?
I forgot about that. Okay.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only thing I know from that album. You know,
No matter what a stripper tells you. When did
uh,
that come out?
I was a kid, or we were
Obviously.
kids. Oh, Alicia. I think Kevin Hart is by far one of the funniest people. Like top 5 comedians, he's definitely top 2, and he ain't number 2. Talking about Kevin Hart, man. But it's more to Kevin Hart for me than it is just the stand-up. Like I like his work ethic. I like the things that he's doing, and I include all those things within his comedy.
Came out in 99.
Because a grown little man.
Hmm.
That's for Kevin Hart. Grown Little Man is so funny to me. What is that? I didn't like his timbre
Tambourine.
Tambourine Comedy. I don't even remember. Is that yeah, that's Chris Rock. I don't remember that at all. I'm gonna go back and look at it. But
Okay, so Kevin Hart is top 2 and not number 2.
yeah,
Who would you say is top 5? No order.
no order.
No order.
Kevin Hart, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor. He cracks me up.
I've never actually like sat down and
Oh
like
my
for real
god.
watch. Like I've been in the room, I've heard jokes,
Yeah.
but I've never like planted my butt on a couch and been like, I'm gonna watch Richard Pryor.
The funniest thing I've ever heard about Richard Pryor is when he lit himself on fire.
Hmm.
And the way that he explained it, I about died laughing.
Maybe I'll go look for that particular joke.
Like
Don't remember it.
I've watched it and
Mhm.
I've listened to it.
Mhm.
And I was like, this has been funny every time I hear
Mhm.
it. Who else? What was that? 3?
You said Kevin Hart, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor.
Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac is definitely like comedic gold.
Bernie Mac is like, I was like, oh man, he's missed. And
Mm-mm.
he's missed because now, like, he was funny when he
Mhm.
was, doing his stand up,
Mhm.
but he would have sat perfect now.
They would have tried to cancel Bernie though,
Oh yeah,
especially over all the jokes about the
I
kids.
am completely surprised Kings of Comedy haven't had any backlash.
Well, Bernie died,
But I'm
and
just
you
saying,
can't backlash the other 3 for what Bernie said.
yeah, I know, but it's like nothing. Nobody has said anything, which is
In
I get it.
college, we used to watch Kings of
Oh
Comedy
man,
all
in
the
college,
time.
I put my roommate on Kings of Comedy,
Mhm.
and to this day, he be like, "Yep, still got it, still watch it." Who is that? That's 4. I need one more. Who is? It's. I want to say Cat Williams,
Mhm.
but it was like early Cat Williams
Mhm.
for me.
It's pimping.
Yeah,
That stage of
yeah.
Cat.
But like now, I'm like, God, Cat Williams is not funny to me. Controversial, but
Mhm.
not like super funny. I'm trying to think. I
Somebody.
Lil Rel is coming to mind.
Okay, so you know that I have a personal
Yeah,
thing with Real. So like Real is absolutely hilarious,
yeah,
like in real life, not
yeah,
just on stage.
yeah,
So I would definitely say Real. Like, and then like now being like I met Real before I felt like the world met Real.
yeah.
Like I met him as Chicago Real selling out shows.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing like meeting the kids and his ex-wife and all that stuff and being able to actually put personality to the
Yeah,
jokes helped sell them even more for me. So yeah, I definitely say Real.
there's no order, right?
Yeah, I'd agree with you on Bernie Mac.
Yeah,
Somebody that you probably wouldn't put on your list is Arnez J.
he
I
would
think
he would be in the
Arnez
like
J is. I've seen him live a few
yeah, yeah,
times. Back in the day in
yeah,
Memphis, and I think he should be so much bigger than he is.
yeah, definitely.
Um, I'm trying to think. Oh my goodness. Bruce comes to mind.
Yeah,
But Bruce, I don't know if I would put him in my top 5. Like he would be a okay. I wouldn't make special provisions to go see him, but if everything was aligned, I would go. There are
yeah,
some comedians that if everything was aligned, I still wouldn't go. He would be one that I would still go
yeah.
see.
Um,
I'm trying to think. That's only 3 for me.
and you're the comedy person.
I am the comedy person.
Earthquake.
Earthquake is funny. Like Earthquake
Earthquake is definitely
is
funny.
really funny. I'm really trying to think of who have I seen. I have a friend that did stand up, and I was like, "This is the worst show that I've ever seen in my
That's
life."
that. If I did it, that's what you probably would say. This is terrible. The jokes aren't funny.
um, I'll put Earthquake. in there. And who would I round it out with? I feel like when when you meet a comedian, that automatically brings them up a little bit, and that's how I feel about Cedric the Entertainer.
You met him?
Yeah, I
Oh,
did
that's
his
dope.
cousin's wedding,
What'd you do to it?
like the flowers.
Oh,
So I met him at the wedding.
what
um,
did you do?
um, yeah.
You need one more.
I'm really thinking. Like I'm trying to think of funny black comedians.
Do they have to be black?
I always
I
pick
don't.
black people.
It's while you're looking for it. I'm gonna say this. It's crazy, but it's only maybe one or two non-black comedians that I find like if they came out with a special, I know I want to watch it, and that's Mr. Fluffy. I can't think of his real name, but he had a special on. He has a show on Netflix. Um,
Okay, based on this
Nah,
list that I
DL
just
Hughley is not funny at all.
pulled up, I would throw in Dave Chappelle and an honorable mention.
Oh, I forgot about Dave Chappelle.
An honorable mention.
Dave Chappelle is like MJ of comedy to me.
My honorable mention would be Jamie Foxx.
I forgot about Jamie.
And the only reason I say honorable mention is because we haven't seen Jamie
Yeah,
do stand up
yeah,
in a long
yeah.
time. But Jamie's stand up is funny.
Is hilarious. Mr. Fluffy is Mr. Iglesias.
Mr. Iglesias is funny. His show was cute.
Gabriel Iglesias is hilarious
Yeah,
to
his
me.
show was really cute. That I don't. Is it still coming on?
Yeah, it still comes on, but it's in a no period. Um,
No period.
yeah,
I gotta actually catch up because I don't think I watched
yeah,
Beyond. I don't think I finished season
I
2.
haven't seen every episode.
I'm
And
sure.
Ali Wong,
Ali Wong is funny.
she's funny to me, but it's
Isn't
like
she getting a divorce?
it's I don't know, it's like a very dry humor. But how could I forget about Dave Chappelle? Like he's one of my favorites.
Yes, Ali Wong is getting a divorce
I
from
hate
her
to hear. I
husband.
hate to hear that.
However, her mama, who is 82,
Yeah.
was like, "Do you have to do that now? Can't you just wait until I die?" And I was like, "What?"
Wait a minute. Why? You ain't married to me.
And she was like, her and her ex-husband are still like friends. She
Yeah.
was like, "We still do everything together. We just can't be married." And I was like, "Okay." But your mama was literally like, "Just wait until
Just
I
wait till I
die."
die. Golly, you can't wait.
So yeah.
Um, yeah, Dave Chappelle is like comedy gold. Comedy, like Mount Everest. Dave Chappelle's the first one for me.
Mhm.
But
Good morning, Wanda.
oh, it's over there.
I'm sorry. I said I wasn't gonna do that no more.
Yeah. Good morning.
Um, yeah.
But new.
Oh, another honorable mention. My birthday twin, Rothaniel.
Oh yeah. Okay. He wasn't in mine, but I get it.
Yeah.
My
I thought
upcoming
that special itself, although not like laugh out
Wanda
loud
Sykes.
funny, I chuckled a bit and I got it. All right, Lily's up.
Here come the big one.
Lily opens her door so aggressively now.
Come on, man. Come on. Come on. She does, man. It's weird that she opens the door so aggressively.
Good morning.
What's up?
What were you about to say? Oh, Wanda Sykes.
You got a potty?
I am not a huge Wanda Sykes fan. I
Where is this?
like
Go get it. Go get your potty.
the show that she just did with Mike Epps. What
Yeah,
is that show
I
called?
enjoy that.
The Upshaws.
Yeah.
But the show for me is what's her face? Kim Fields. Like Kim Fields and the Kim Fields and the kids make the show. Mike Epps and Wanda Sykes are kind of just there for me. And I know that the show started with them and then Kim was brought in. But I feel like Kim was definitely
Yeah, they EP'd it.
hmm
And Kim is just the actress on it.
hmm but Kim is the funny part to me.
I think all the kids are funny.
Yeah, the kids are funny too, especially Bernard.
Yeah. My upcoming comics are Ali Siddiq.
You listened to a lot of Ali Sadiq when we first moved into the house, I
Yeah,
believe. And so I would find myself listening,
yeah,
like coming out to the garage or something like that with
yeah.
you. And I think he's funny, but I've not sat down and just
He
like
had
listened.
he has an amazing story,
hmm
and he's an amazing storyteller.
What did he go to jail for?
Drugs. He was a drug dealer.
Okay. And how long was he in jail?
19 years.
Wow. And he
I think it was 19 years.
he found religion in jail.
I don't know. Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
I think he
converted.
changed in jail. But he became a comedian in jail. So he does a lot of stuff.
Good morning,
Good
Chloe.
morning, Chloe. He does a lot of stuff with Comedy Central,
Mm-hmm.
but he has one special that he filmed himself
Mm-hmm.
called The Domino Effect.
Mm-hmm.
And he explains a lot of stuff. Now that joker is funny.
I might have to
Um,
listen.
I think the 85 South show,
Mm-hmm.
I think they're funny because they're like, this is cafeteria, just throwing jokes. They just checking.
And see, I think that's where I don't resonate with them.
And see, that's where comedy came in for me.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't resonate with them because I don't view them as stand-up comics. Though I have heard Carlos do
Carlos,
stand-up. Just remembered one
who?
newcomer, Kelly K. Dub.
Oh,
The hash
yes.
brown joke.
The hash brown thing took me out
I'm gonna share the hash brown joke to the chat.
and forced me to really start paying attention to him because that was so funny. Um, Kelly K. Dub, Carlos Miller of the 85 South show, like
Mhm.
his stand up by himself is like hilarious. But I think the 85 South show altogether, I think they're hilarious. Yeah, those are my newcomers, man.
Yeah, I'm about to share this joke
Oh, okay.
to the chat.
Let me see
Hopefully,
what else for we.
look,
Oh,
hopefully I can do that.
have you guys been following this Alex Murdaugh case? If not, let me put you up on game. So Alex Murdaugh, um, basically was found guilty this week of killing his wife and killing his son, like
Mhm.
2 years ago, I think.
And I don't know anything about what's
So
going
I've
on with this
I've really
case.
watched. I've watched the documentary on Netflix. They got one talking about the history of them, and they're like small town. They're the family to be in that small town, right?
Mhm.
So they like 100 years. Their family been in charge of that small town.
What do you mean by in charge?
Like I don't want to say in charge, but they've been the big family of that town. Like
They're the money of the town.
yeah. So you think of that family, you think of you think of that town, you think of that family. So they get away with anything
Mhm.
in this town. So the son that was killed, he basically a few years before that, it was a boating accident and it killed the girl. This is what came from the Netflix documentary. It killed one of their friends.
Mhm.
So um nobody went to jail for it and they tried to actually blame it on somebody else to say who was driving, who wasn't driving. Yes, ma'am.
Are you done? Okay.
So that happened, and then nothing came of it or whatnot. So it's a lot of bunch of other shady things that they were doing. Like somebody else had died and their names. Yeah, the housekeeper. the housekeeper was killed, and he said he was gonna put out an insurance. Like he put insurance out before she was killed, like a month before she was killed. Took insurance out at his house, right? Um, for things that for that type of thing, and so oh okay. And so since that happened, you coming? Yes, ma'am. Come on. Oh, Chloe, I'm finna. You might want to close your ears. I'm finna tell the whole story. But since that happened, he what happened? So he took the insurance out, and the maid basically was. They say she tripped over the dog and killed herself, but and hit her head, and she died that way. But everybody's like, they think she was pushed, and so she died. He said, well, he's gonna sue himself for her estate, and then give her kids the money. Well, the kids haven't seen the money, and that's been
$4.3 million.
yeah. So it's like, where's this money at?
Blippy? Okay, I'm turning on in your room.
You going to your room? Go ahead. But anyway, um, I got my phone held out for you.
For me?
Yeah, this is parenting, guys. This is my way of parenting. It's like, what you got here? Here's my phone. But no, like so, that happened.
It's on
Yes,
in your room. It's on your
go
TV.
watch it in your room. Okay, give me a hug.
What is this hair across your
I don't know,
face?
but she is so distracting to me.
Mika.
I see it,
Mika's on
Mika.
in your room.
Go watch it
Okay.
in your room.
She's looking for something else.
What was I saying? Oh, so we finally get to this trial. They find him guilty. They took the deliberation started in the morning. By the afternoon, he was found guilty.
Okay, it's on in your room.
All right, buddy. High five.
Of all the things that she could
All
pick,
right.
she picked to learn her colors in Spanish. I'm
Uh,
gonna take
yeah, me too.
it.
Me too. Um. So yeah. So this man is found guilty for killing his family, and he has a son or older son who wasn't there. Now, the thing that caught him was that the son that died, and this is something I want you to think about. The son that died made a recording of him being in the room. Like he told everybody that he found them,
Mhm.
right? He wasn't there, he was visiting somebody else. And if his son that was killed never had that video, they wouldn't have figured out who did this because he never was a suspect because of his name.
Mhm.
I was like, man. So he's still saying he didn't do this, but everything points to, well, how did they? He said it was some vigilante, right?
Mhm.
He was like, right. When you hear that word, you're like, what is this? Is this a comic?
No, it's okay. So it's not the word itself. It's literally like you didn't do this, and so you just came up with this. This is the plot.
Exactly. So it's because he's a lawyer.
Hmm.
He knows how to word things, right?
Hmm.
So a disgraced lawyer. Let me put that because that's what they said in the court. And so, oh my goodness. And so I'm telling this story horribly. So if you guys are interested, please go check out the Netflix documentary. I think Hulu has one, and also HBO has one. Um, what is that? Oh, here you go, buddy. Um, yeah, check it out and just type in Alex Murdaugh, and you can get the full story about the trial.
I see.
But so what happened was a vigilante was at the house, killed his son and his wife, and his wife was shot in the back. So they was like she was running away. She was 12 steps away from her son. Is what they said. So she's running away. So she was killed last.
Mhm.
Um, it was by their kennels. This vigilante, they said,
The
so
kennels were in the house.
it was outside,
Oh,
like
it
on there.
happened outside.
Yeah. So they was like, what do you say? He wasn't there, so the video proves that he was there.
Mhm.
And this happened between 8:45 and like 9:02. So in the span of how many minutes is that? 15, 16, 17. 17 minutes.
Mhm.
A vigilante came. This is the prosecutor's words. Good morning, Dub. A vigilante came and basically killed them two within that time span and didn't kill him. But they also went the same way that he went because it was only one set of tracks coming or going,
Mhm.
you know? So he was like, the vigilante didn't bring a gun.
How did they die?
They were shot, like the son was shot in the chest, I want to say, or the neck or something.
But the vigilante didn't have a
The
gun.
vigilante didn't have a gun. He knew that the son and the mom were there at that specific time only
Mhm.
because you were at the house. They've proven that by the video. Why didn't he kill you?
Mhm.
Right? So vigilante at the house knows that the son and the mom is there. He didn't have a gun because he knew the guns was gonna be there because he was shot with a gun that they have.
Mhm.
Both of them were shot with guns that they have. They can't find the murder weapon and they can't find his copy of the gun. Yeah. So can't do all this, can't do that. And then it was one other piece too, and it's just leaving me. His clothes, it was something with his clothes, and it was his clothes had the gun matter. Like,
Because when you pull the trigger,
yeah,
something gets on you.
right. So his gun had that on it, or his clothes had that on it. So everything is pointing to this does not make sense. But the fact that they can place him there, they can put blame. But the other fact is they didn't have a murder weapon, but they had two people dead. So
You are correct, J. Dub.
what?
He said he didn't think it through.
No, no, he definitely did not. But I think it was like I think his wife was trying to divorce him. I don't know why he would kill the son, but
Because he was there.
he also had an opioid addiction or has one. Well, I'm pretty
Alex.
yeah.
Okay.
So that probably could play something in it. But the judge was like, look, they found you guilty. And I'm paraphrasing. Please, please, if I find it, I'm gonna post it on our community page where this specifically where the judge was like, you may have not done it, the Alex Murdaugh that we have in here in court today, but the Alex Murdaugh on opioids definitely killed these folks. And he got 2 life sentences consecutively.
That means he is not getting out of jail.
Now, I ain't no lawyer, but I think life is 60 years. So he was like, if you make it past the 60 years, you're going to serve another one. I was like, God, dog. And the judge was so dope. Black man. And I know this family sent like put people through hell. They've made people, they've killed people, they've made people disappear. They are lawyers. Like his the granddad was a lawyer, the dad was a lawyer, he's a lawyer. I think the son was in school to be a
The one
lawyer.
that died,
No, the one that's
the one that's
alive.
still living.
The other son was like just a wild kid, you know. Um, but they privilege
Mm-hmm.
in that town. And so the judge just sitting there was like, man, you like, I'm gonna show you some clips of this judge because he was like, he was black dude as a judge.
You right. Divorce is bad, but it's not that bad. It's not so bad that you need to kill
but
somebody.
but the thing, I think what it was, right? And this just me just throwing something out there, is that he really was trying to protect something from something else. Like he was trying to, I don't know. I don't see what's so bad that you kill a person over. That only wanted to divorce you.
He was obviously he's money hungry,
Oh
so
yeah, it's a
he was look
protection thing.
he was looking at it from a financial standpoint, but you got to save all of these finances, but at the cost of you're going to jail.
Man, for life. Life.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $2,000. I mean $200.
Life. Man, but it's a lot of people in that town that wanted justice for them that has not received justice because of something that family has done.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's an interesting story behind them and behind that whole thing, right?
Hmm.
So check it out if you guys haven't. Just kind of like just look it up. Um, what else we got today?
I don't know. This has gone different directions than I thought it was gonna
Oh, it's
go.
everywhere, man. It is everywhere.
I also wasn't expecting Lily to wake up
Yeah,
before we got
that was a
done.
surprise. Like she opened the door so aggressively. I was like, wait a minute, is that Quad?
Why would Quad
I
be
don't
opening the
know.
door? This is not the 80s. Your electronic footprint is still
Yeah,
traceable.
yeah. Like they that video, the dang I think the tower might have pinged him somewhere. Like he just it was his lie because he's a lawyer, you would think he would be able to lie himself out of this better.
You equate law with lie?
No, I'm saying he would have been able to tell a better story because his job is to to paint a picture for 12 people to decide. He was a defense lawyer
Mhm.
to decide that the person he's defending didn't do it. If they did or not, he has to paint a picture as if they did not. So if your job is requiring you to do this day in and day out, and you're not fresh, like you've been a lawyer,
How old is he?
50
Obviously,
something.
I would say obviously he's grown enough to have adult kids.
Yeah, he's 50 something. Like you
A
would think
lie warrior.
you would think you would have a better story. How can I do this without making myself like the person, you know?
Mhm.
And he knew what he was facing.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else we got?
The thing J Dub sent us was talking
Oh,
about last
yeah,
week.
cause we said we was gonna talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
So Mississippi bill would carve out separate judicial district for 80% of white residents in majority black city. Other white residents in Mississippi's majority black capital city, which is that Jackson,
Hmm.
um, will be included in a proposal new judicial district with hand-selected prosecutors and judges. And analysis by the Guardian has found leading to further allegations of deliberate racial prejudice in a Republican-backed bill.
So Jackson is the city. Jackson has a black mayor, but pretty much everything else is not.
Yeah,
And they are trying to propose a new district that is going to encompass essentially the white part of town.
hmm
And they're going to have, let me see who gets to select everything because I posted the link, but I actually read straight out of this link last night to Tommy. I think this was straight out of this link. Oh no, that's not it. That's the wrong one. I pasted y'all. I'm sorry.
Oh wow.
Oh no, that is the right
So
one.
82% of Jackson residents are black, but
Yep.
the new district would incorporate all of the city's significantly populated white majority neighborhoods.
Mhm.
It will only leave about 5,000 white residents of Jackson living within the city's remaining law enforcement.
So I don't want to generalize because I don't know the demographics of Atlanta like that, like neighborhood by neighborhood. But it's the equivalent of saying we're going to take Buckhead
Hmm
and make them their own district.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, so we gonna have our rules over here, right?
Hmm.
And they gonna have their rules over here.
Hmm. Well, it's
Now
not rules. It's who's um
police can police.
no, it's going to be if you are tried for a crime, you get this separate set of judges
Mm-hmm.
if you're here
Oh, okay.
versus
Oh,
if you're here.
oh, okay.
So if you commit crimes on the white side of town and it has to go to a judge,
Yeah,
these are the judges
yeah.
that
Okay,
are
I
going to
got
get
you.
to
I got
prosecute
you.
it.
I
That's
don't.
how I'm reading it.
They it reminds me of OJ, of the
Why does
OJ
it
case,
remind you of
just
OJ?
because it's like OJ's case was moved from L.A. to a outside county, right?
Mm-hmm.
That outside county was majority white.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so that's it's like the people that you're picked are different,
Mm-hmm.
and everything like that. But we know,
Okay, this is what I was looking for. The judges would be appointed by Mississippi's Chief Supreme Court Justice, who is a conservative white man. The prosecutors would be appointed by the state attorney general, Lynn Finch, a white Republican. The district would be policed with an expansion of the Mississippi Capitol Police, whose chief, Bo Lucky, is white, in a role appointed by the Mississippi Commissioner of Public Safety, who is also white.
that means black folks don't need to go into that white district. I ain't even gonna say black folks, POCs don't need to go into that district because they probably not gonna get a fair uh, dealing.
It's a quote from Cliff Johnson, who is the director of a justice center there, said, "No serious person can look at this map and this data and claim that the proposed boundaries weren't drawn to make sure as many white Jacksonians as possible get the benefit of a special police force and court filled with handpicked judges and prosecutors."
Yeah,
So it's essentially, we go to the white side of town and we're going to propose that they are only going to deal with
the whites.
the white quote unquote crimes. And then there'll be statistics put out later on. um they'll put statistics out later on saying that crime isn't bad in this area, blah blah blah, yada yada yada,
Hmm.
because
Yeah, but I don't think that helps their city. Like,
oh, it isn't. They need to focus on other things like water.
they definitely need to focus on water and
Like
try
just
instead of
focus on
trying
some
to
water.
split the city like that. But yeah, man, they gonna have to stay out of that white part. Another dumb thing that happened, Tennessee and their rep asking to like what they were talking about was
The death penalty.
the death penalty. And they were saying they wanted to bring back the firing squad and something else.
Hanging by a
This man,
tree.
the represent I don't even know the
I think
representative's
his last name
name.
is Cheryl
Cheryl,
or Sherelle.
Sherelle, one of the two. So he brought up, can he add to that um death by hanging by a tree? So he wants to bring back lynching.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, why is he elected an elected official? Like, and he has this thought process. Like, do we like? I
Yeah.
think certain things because of the history of it is just wrong. Because of the
You want
history of
to eat?
lynching,
Okay, sit down. Let me go get
hanging by a tree is not something you should just like. That sound worse than the crime. It sound like a crime in itself.
you. It is.
Now, but they trying to make it not, you know. But I just can't believe. Good morning, Mona. I can't believe. I don't know. I don't think any of it is legal, but I think that's why they're proposing it. It's not legal now, but it's like no, you can't do that. That's why I think history, especially Black history, and I hate to bring this up again, but I love Black history because I love being Black, and I like everything about it. And I actually have a fondness for history, but that's why this stuff is so important, because if hanging by a tree, thank you. If hanging by a tree is something proposed and nobody has ever heard about it,
Mhm.
then they would be like,
You can't say you've never heard of hanging.
no, I'm saying if it's not taught, right? Let's say 50 years from now they erase
Oh,
all
you
the
talking about
history.
critical race
Right,
theory?
right. They erase all talking about all that history, right?
Mhm.
How do you keep it from repeating itself? Because we all are in agreement that America's history was bad.
That's why we're
That's
erasing.
why we're erasing it. So how
We're
do you,
erasing it so that we can do it again. And this is new, innovative. We've
right,
never thought about doing this
right,
before.
right, exactly.
It's
So
differently different.
it's different, but we still like you
Oh, thank you, Mona. I'm just
what
not
oh
saying that.
about the kids.
Mhm.
Yeah. They're beautiful until you gotta change one of their diapers. Or
Lily's not in diapers
or
anymore.
Lily's case
Wipe her
the
butt.
other day.
Let's not talk about that. I have PTSD. Oh
Man,
God, I have
look, I had to pause
PTSD.
myself like,
I
God,
have
dog.
PTSD.
Yeah, we definitely know who they'll hang first. It'll be us and everybody else, and then the like it's like, how do you choose who gets hung?
I don't know.
Right? Like,
I just don't understand the death penalty in general because there are so many people who find out, like we find out they're on death row that
mhm,
they didn't commit the crime, right?
yeah.
And it's like there's no turning back if you've
Man, this is one of the things that bothered me the most. I've recently, like within the last 10 years, I found out about the Central Park Five,
hmm
right? That happened in New York back in the 80s. It was five kids. It was a lady who was raped in Central Park, and there was five black and brown kids, five people of color. I don't think all of them were black. Um, all of them didn't know each other, but they were all from that area, and they were accused of raping this lady, and I think she might have died. Don't quote me on that part, but they were accused of raping this lady, and they all were tried as adults.
hmm
And I think someone was youngest, like 14 or 15 years old, and there was one that was actually 18,
hmm
and I think he married Delicious.
Yeah, they divorced now.
Oh, okay. Um, and our
I think his
45th
name was like
president
Raymond.
Our 45th president took out a newspaper ad, front page in New York, to say them kids deserve the death penalty.
And they didn't even do it.
They wasn't nowhere near doing it, and he never apologized for it.
He's not going to.
I mean, like at this point, it doesn't matter. But it's like, how do you, with your influence, because he was influential
hmm
then, very very popular guy, with your influence, ask for the death penalty for kids that didn't do the crime. Like it was, they were framed, and it just wasn't a good what's the word,
It was just wrong.
investigation.
It was wrong place, wrong time. We just said it happened to.
Right. And so it's like, how do
They
you
fit. They did it.
how do you um how do you, like, you know, and it's just so crazy. Mona, was this in the 90s or was it the 80s? I'm not
It
too
was
sure on that.
89.
It was 89, so 80s and
April
90s.
19th, 89.
Yeah. Um oh,
And what's his name? One of them got 13 years. Like he got 15, sentenced to 15, but he was released after
yeah.
13. And then the other four got 5 to 10 years in a juvenile detention center, and they got
Mm.
paroled at the 6 to 7 year mark.
Yeah, like they did time for a crime that they didn't do, but our 45th president was calling for them to the death penalty. Now
hmm
think about if his influence, like today, his influence would have got them kids killed. Somebody would have killed them.
It says they knew each other, and the actual person that did it, it was only one person
Yeah,
out of
right,
a
right.
group
It
of
was
five.
only one person who did it, and he admitted to doing it. And the crazy part is, I think, and I'm getting all my information from memory of the movie I watched. I did not look up anything.
I
So
watched that movie with you, I believe.
if I'm wrong, y'all please correct me. Um, I think they investigated the guy that actually admitted it.
Mm-hmm.
I think they questioned him
And let him
and
go.
let him go. And these guys went to jail and did time for a crime that they didn't do. So just the hanging part, the we're gonna separate the district, all that stuff, man. It's like, dog, we can't repeat ourselves because it's already unfair. Our laws in this country were written for white people,
Mhm.
and nobody has come in and changed everything to include fair laws for everybody,
Mhm.
you know, and it's just, I don't know, man. It's just, I wish everybody could love each other. And how do we get past it?
Yeah.
We have to teach it and make people comfortable with, hey, this is what happened, but this is what we did to correct our wrongdoing,
Mhm.
you know. Um, hey, that was heavy. I gotta go watch something funny now, man. What else we got on here? We talked about Chris Rock.
We can watch Jamie Foxx's, the one where he was singing the Brady Bunch.
Yeah,
That'll be funny for you.
yeah, that was funny.
Mhm.
Florida pastor accused of selling church for drug money.
I didn't read that whole article, but he quit claimed the deed to the church to himself, and then sold the church for $600,000. I'm like, what?
This is the pastor.
Mhm.
This is the pastor.
Yeah, the black guy.
Yeah,
Yeah. What's the matter?
that's crazy. Pastor just like, man, I gotta get it, get it out the mud, dog.
That ain't out the mud.
Man, I'm finna take this church. I'm finna flip it real quick. How'd he get caught? Do you know?
uh, I don't know. Probably when somebody came in and was like, "I bought this church. What's going on?"
Man, that's like, I wonder what happened. Like who who tried him? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like who put him up to this being a good idea?
He got charges of fraud, grand
Yes,
theft,
man.
possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and an organized scheme to defraud.
Yeah.
Oh, the church parishioners and founders said he fraudulently gained control of the church and the money.
Mm.
Yes, Lily.
And he was trying to sell it. I mean, like buy cocaine, buy drugs with it.
You automatically went to cocaine. They found heroin, methamphetamines, marijuana, and a stolen gun when they searched his house.
Mm.
But he was using the money to support his drug habit. Um, he's also been charged for larceny and fraud after writing $1,600 in fraudulent checks from the church's bank account.
Mm.
Lily, what are you doing?
What she do? Okay, Lily, cut it out.
It's like she's just leaning up against it like this.
Cut it out, man. That's crazy, man. These folks just doing whatever. It's just the wildest thing. Um, March is Women's Month.
I said I was gonna do the TikToks and reels and stuff for women's history, and now I am 4 days behind.
Hey, I am so proud of myself. I missed one day, and the reason why I missed it was because I fell asleep. And it,
Maybe I can go back and do
yeah, definitely,
3 of them real quick today.
yeah. And it's crazy because I had recorded that video. It
Mhm,
was the Jack Johnson, the one I did for the last day.
mhm,
I uh I fell asleep and didn't edit the video in time. But yeah, so Women's Month. What
mhm.
does that mean?
Women's History Month.
Women's History Month.
Does that give you a better
That
context of what it
definitely that
is?
definitely answers my question there. Why is it purple? Is it purple?
I don't
When
know.
you think of women, what color do you think of? It's not purple for me at all.
Purple
That's
automatically,
Cancer,
if
right?
you put into a cause, purple, I always think of Relay for Life.
Yeah.
What, Lily?
What's up, Lily?
I don't know what's going on. She keeps putting my hand on her belly, and I'm like, "Are you hungry?" And she says, "No."
Are you,
I'm like, "Do you want some oatmeal?" No.
do you have to throw up?
I hope not.
Let's see. I ain't even.
I had
I ain't
not
even.
seen that.
Like, hold
Um,
up. That is Kevin Hart is one of my Pink is what he thinks of. Pink ain't what I think of
I don't think
with
of pink
women.
because I'm not a pink girl.
The whole gang is up.
Go get him too. I'm gonna say we gonna end this momentarily because
Yeah.
children are chaotic. Go follow your daddy. So no, I have not seen about him being canceled for referring to Egyptians as black people. I don't really know what's going on with that. Let me see. Kevin Hart, Egyptian. Were ancient Egyptians black? Kevin Hart debate rages. Let's see. He was set to visit Cairo for his international reality check comedy tour. His show was swiftly canceled due to logistical issues. This doesn't explain anything. Let's see. He said that the ancient civilization was historically ruled by black African royalty. We must teach our children the true history of black Africans when they were kings in Egypt and not just the era of slavery that is cemented by education in America. Do you remember the time when we were kings? Hart allegedly stated, according to the outlet. I I think people forget that Egypt is in Africa, so it's not far fetched to think that the people there were black. Again, don't really know all the details of this. I'm just reading through it really quickly. But it doesn't make sense to cancel someone for a comment about being a black king in a black nation. So yeah, I'm like you, J Dub. I don't see any wrong here. I'm confused. Yes, Lily. I see he's up. I don't see any I don't see why there is a need to feel like you need to cancel someone because they're saying that there were black kings, and it just doesn't make sense to me. uh I think we're about to get out of here. Maybe we can dive into this a little bit deeper next week, read into it.
I gotta do my Black History. What did you learn?
Oh, Tommy said he's going to do his "What did you learn" for Black History Month from his 27 days of facts. You are like, we were not only slaves. I don't get it. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. Like, did you hear what I read through?
I've read some parts of it.
So essentially, he said that we weren't just slaves, we were kings and queens in Egypt. And they're like, black people, Egypt,
It was the
cancel him.
Wasn't it the Egyptians that did it?
The Egyptian,
I'm talking about that was like he's canceled.
I don't know who said he's canceled. What they were saying was that there was issues with the show that they couldn't logistically work out. That's why
Yeah.
his show got canceled.
Oh,
And they're blaming it on that particular comment,
okay.
which just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a minute and I'm okay. It's not any water in there.
Just a little bit.
Oh.
Um, yeah, guys, I love you guys. Kids are up.
Welcome to the chaos.
Yeah, the
Now, as
chaos.
soon as we get off of here, they're gonna both leave us alone.
Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
I'm gonna do your hair with this when we
I
get back.
finally
Okay.
made a shirt. I make another one. We're gonna. Oh, our membership.
Did you make a shirt?
Yeah, you got the August Love Story shirt.
You made that?
I did. You did? You trying to say you did?
I'm not saying that you 100% made it, but okay, go with it.
We
Yes.
okay. We made the shirt, and
That's she said Dad's made a shirt and it was really hot over there.
yeah. Oh,
That's how we kept Lily away from the heat press, was telling her that it was really hot.
but also our membership. We're gonna start pushing that a lot more and put a lot more content on our membership. So join our memberships to help support our
Sit
channel.
down.
And yeah, we're
They
gonna.
absolutely cannot have coffee.
Who said that? Oh,
Straight up.
no, brother. No,
They can't have a thing with caffeine in it.
Not one thing. But yeah, so we're gonna put more content on there for lovers only content. Let's see what else we got. Jack and Glenn. Jackie was in the she
Chat
was
this
here
morning.
earlier, so I don't know if she's still here. If she is, hey Jackie. Um, so join us tomorrow when we go live with them talking about Married at First Sight. We're working on podcast episodes, so stay tuned for those. What else we got? And the coffee breaks. We appreciate you guys joining us, taking a little time on your Saturday morning to join us with the coffee break. Now we finna have a dance party in the living room and get ready for
We're about to get
breakfast.
ready to go. Me and Lily.
Oh yeah, me and Quad gonna have a little dance party as we wait on Home Depot. Um,
Oh yeah, Tommy is gonna build something.
yeah, that's right. Uh,
Lily has a
yes,
song about it.
yeah, I'm building something. But love you guys. We appreciate you guys, and we shall see you guys this week. So, you got anything?
Nope.
All right, guys. Let's say bye.
Lily, tell everybody bye.
All right, guys. Peace out.